Hi, and welcome to this video on the psychological stages of development. Erik Erikson was a German psychoanalyst who developed a theory of psychological development that is still widely taught today, especially in nursing school, as part of the human growth and development. Erikson's theory relied on parents, society, and environmental factors to shape a person's development. Erikson's 8 stages of psychological development include trust versus mistrust, autonomy versus shame and doubt, initiative versus guilt, industry versus inferiority, identity versus role confusion, intimacy versus isolation, generativity versus stagnation, and ego integrity versus despair. The first stage, trust versus mistrust, is theorized to be from birth to approximately 18 months old. If a baby's needs are met by their caregivers at this stage, they will come out of this period with a sense of trust and a sense of hope as they grow into adulthood that everything will work out all right. On the other hand, if their needs are not met during this stage, it can cause the child as they grow into adulthood to not trust people and to potentially have anxiety and insecurities. Autonomy versus shame and doubt follows at approximately 18 months to 3 years of age. During this time, the child is recognizing separation from the primary caregivers and is able to start doing some things for themselves. They may start feeding and dressing themselves, as well as toileting themselves. This newfound autonomy helps build self-esteem. This stage requires patience on the part of the caregiver and is marked by a sense of personal control as a separate entity from the caregiver. The successful culmination of this stage is a sense of self-esteem. Initiative versus guilt, which happens from 3 to 5 years of age, is the stage where a child begins exploring their world more. This stage is marked by creativity and imagination. The child may pretend to be characters they see in the adult world. They like to try new things, such as learning to cooperate with others to achieve common goals. In this stage, children learn to perform more tasks and gain an understanding of social approval. The parent or caregiver can effectively help the child by allowing them to explore within limits. However, if the parents are over-controlling or very strict, this may cause the child to not want to explore and instead develop a sense of guilt. This can hinder creativity and cause a negative social effect. Success at this stage of development will lead to the virtue of purpose, which is demonstrated by how the children make decisions, come up with new ideas, as well as work and play with others. Industry versus inferiority typically happens from 6 years of age to 12 or 13. The child is learning many new skills and tasks and is starting to build a social network. They recognize what they can do and what their peers can do, and they make comparisons. Their parents or guardians are no longer their only source of belonging. If the child is able to navigate this stage successfully, they will gain a sense of competence. Identity versus role confusion is the stage of Erikson's psychological theory where the child is moving from childhood to adolescent years of 13 to 21, though some say the stage ends at the age of 18. This marks the stage of transitioning to adulthood. In this stage, the adolescent is learning who they are in the world and asking the big questions, like what is their purpose? While they are forming their identity, their body is going through physical changes. Soon, they start thinking about occupations in life, roles in life, their sexual role, and how they fit and don't fit into society. The adolescent can come out of this stage with what Erikson termed a sense of fidelity. In other words, the person can emerge with a sense of self-esteem and self-confidence when associating with their peers, having a developed knowledge of their values and beliefs. Intimacy versus isolation happens during young adulthood, 18 to 35 or 21 to 39. This is the stage marked by significant relationships, both with friends and with one special person. This is the stage where young adults may think about finding that one significant other and settling down. If navigated successfully, a person learns to give love physically and emotionally. And if severe rejection occurs or some other trauma associated with the primary relationship, this can cause a sense of isolation, with the person withdrawing from relationships and society. This stage is marked by personal fulfillment in giving and receiving love. Generativity versus stagnation, the seventh of Erikson's stages, happens from age 40 to 65. People in this stage want to be productive, leave a legacy, and contribute to society in a positive, changing way. Some major milestones of this stage may be children leaving home or changing career paths. Some people may struggle with a midlife crisis and search for meaning at this time of life. Left unsettled, this may cause stagnation and a disinterest in the people and world around them. But if successfully resolved, people develop the virtue of care, offering unconditional support to their children and other people in their life. Integrity versus despair is the last stage of life, taking place from around 55 or 65 until death. At this stage, the person is usually retired and reflecting on their past life and contributions. If they believe they were successful and navigated life well without regrets, they will achieve a sense of contentment and fulfillment or wisdom. If they have overwhelming regrets and wonder if it was all worth it, they may be dealing with despair. This person will tend to fear death, wondering what life was all about. To sum up Erikson's theory, successful completion of each stage results in a healthy personality and the acquisition of basic virtues, which the ego can use to resolve subsequent crises. Failure to successfully complete a stage can result in a reduced ability to complete further stages, and therefore a more unhealthy personality and sense of self. While vague in its application, as noted earlier, Erikson's theory is still widely used and taught today and is a framework for understanding a person's psychological development through their lifespan. Now, before we go, let's test your memory with a couple of review questions. Number 1. Which of the following is true when caring for a hospitalized infant and assisting with their development of trust, according to Erikson? A. When they cry, let them cry a little to see if they really have a need. B. When they cry, let them cry a while. It will help their psychological development. C. When they cry, let the doctor know how long and how often. D. When they cry, let mom or you respond as they are expressing a need. If you chose D, you are correct. When an infant cries, they have a need, and if we respond, this helps them develop trust that their need will be met. Number 2. Which of the following stages of psychological development represents a hospitalized adolescent benefiting from visits from their peers? A. Industry versus inferiority. B. Identity versus role confusion. C. Intimacy versus isolation. Or D. Generativity versus stagnation. If you chose B, you are correct. Adolescents relate more with their peers in this stage of development. I hope this review was helpful. Thanks for watching and happy studying.